Hey, welcome back to another swinging Saturday night, Saturday afternoon party here in the Hotel Orloff here in scenic and historic Rural Retreat, Virginia, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's a fantastic, fantabulous Saturday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We have one viewer starting off to a great start. Let's see who we have here in the chat. Nobody, except I put the link in the chat if anyone wants to come on. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, shit. I dropped my microphone in my magnifying glass rather, and the light was on. I wonder how long it's been down there. Well, I fixed the Elvira pinball machine this morning. I just fixed it like 3 minutes ago, actually. So I was so happy. I thought we'd go on with a celebratory live stream. And hello to the incredible Thomas Fairfowl. Hello, Kenneth. Jeff here from Arizona. Hey there. How you doing? Jeff is an amazing friend of the Brought to Orloff Inspirational Network, and he's put money down on my hold pile at Gotham City Comics because he is lucky enough to live near Gotham City Comics in Mesa, Arizona, an official sponsor here of the Hotel Orloff, and he gave me a Vampirella magazine, Warren, man, so Jeff is an amazing, incredible. I use the word amazing a lot. Yes, deep. Well, Jeff is the only viewer. All right, here's this. How about that? This is an amazing collectible, ladies and gentlemen. Incredible. I don't know what it is, but it's incredible. Something that entertains the small fry. All right, well, so the pinball machine has been down for a while. And what I did is I opened it up, and there's 3 AA batteries on the inside the head of the machine that I replaced this morning. And it looks like it's now working. So if I'm not logged in, will it register me as a viewer? I think so. I think it shows that there's a person watching. It just doesn't, yeah. And I don't know who's watching until they comment in the chat. The tour of Dr. Five's place from your last program was amazing. Absolutely. It was like Forrest J. Ackerman, except that's far more tastefully decorated than Forrest J. Ackerman. Paulo says, what's up? I've got the Elvira pinball machine working. So I'm going to go test it out here, make sure it's working. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. any sounds. There's no sound is the problem. Weird going on here. Seems to be giving me an unlimited number of balls, but there's no sound effects. I can't hear Elvira's voice, so it's not entirely fixed after all. This is weird, man. Oh man, I don't know. All right, maybe it's working itself out over there. Maybe it'll start talking. Friar Tuck says, I can't remember my password and watch you with my laptop and comment through my phone. Friar Tuck, I was reaching for my water, but I'm finished with my water. Do you know Fives are just through YouTube? And is Bone Daddy still around? He hasn't been on in a while. No, Bone Daddy's still around. I see him posting on Facebook. He's real busy. He works a job at Amazon, and they work people like serfs. Maybe he'll pop on. I don't know if he's around today. I only know Dr. Fibes and Bone Daddy through YouTube. They live in other states. I don't know them personally. To answer that question. So the machine is just over there kicking. Let me see. I have a manual. Maybe it's over here. The thing you got to do if you ever get a pinball machine is you got to keep the manual in the machine. If you keep it somewhere else just to be cute, and then it's hard to find it when you need it. Oh, boy, okay. I use the flashlight from my phone. Where is my phone? I'm uploading a show I just filmed. It should be up. It's all about key issues. Key issues like when should the dog be walked and how can we fix this Elvira pinball machine? Those are key issues in my life right now. Yes, indeed. Anyway, this is the link. If anyone wants to come on, perhaps you'll become a new star like Dr. Fibes by showing your place. All right. The thing hasn't been working correctly since the move. Let's party! Yeah! Light! Organ! Let's party! Yeah! Light! Organ! Oh, that beat. Maybe I need two of those. Maybe that's gonna work. Oh, now the flippers are disabled. Strange. Ugh. Problems trying to get the machine working. What's going on here, man? What's going on with these people? Who are these people chatting here? I can't even see the comments. It's not even working on this ridiculous thing. Nothing's working. Nothing, I tell you. I do see Myers says, "Hey, what's up?" Missing Mars Gratu forgot he's doing a live stream. Hello, Meyer. Hope your back's doing better. Yeah, hope so. Um, Thanks, MM. I'm feeling better. Gotham City. Hello, everybody. Kevin, hello. I am there. It says, hello there. I am one of us. Yes, I am aware I'm doing a live stream. I'm just trying to get this, trying to figure out how to make this pinball machine work. There's supposed to be some words that scroll across at the bottom of the screen that aren't working, which is making it hard for me to do this diagnostic test. Get it up and working. How many pinball machines we got? I don't know, 12, 13. That's something like that. It's insanity. It's crazy. There's 5 here. I'm not sure this Beatles one is working either. This bootleg Beatles, they're called the Boodles on it. It's called Beat Time. I'm not sure. The lights are on, but nobody's home. Hey, we fixed it, motherfuckers. Hey, let's party. Maybe I should turn that down a little bit. I turned it on and off, which is a universal way of fixing it. Ooh. But there's no sounds and it's not working. Oh, great. Did it tilt or something? What's going on? I thought I got it working. Sorry, folks. That was a fail. Oh, that's probably because I opened the door while I was playing. Maybe. Oh, come on, you. Ah, yes. Hey, let's party. All right. We're back in business. Party Cooper.
Party pooper.
Okay, that was back operation, except for these words that are supposed to be working, which gives you your score and everything. It's kind of important. At least you can play it.
Hey, let's party.
Oh shit! What did I probably tilted the thing. Is that what I did? What did I do? That's the problem. It's not on free play anymore. It's you have to put quarters in or open it up and trick it. That's why it's doing this. All right.
Hey, let's party.
At least I feel like I could do something in my life. I actually fixed the machine. Same questions as before. No questions, no new answers to you. So I'll put the link here in the chat if anyone wants to come on, which is probably a negative. I'm posting a show right now. Is it up yet? Let's see. No, it's at 83%. Well, another thing I did today is take these. What the F? I took these styrofoam heads out of masks, but look at this. Kevin is completely right. Kevin of Gotham City Comics. Do you see how it looks like this thing? There's certain areas where it's smooth, like smooth. Absolutely, it's become smooth plastic. I guess the plastic from the mask has turned it into this smooth, glossy surface that's like. So I don't know what interaction this weird. So I took these two styrofoam heads out of these two masks over here and put them on plastic heads. So I don't know. Anyone needs a styrofoam head? I'm your man. Why do you call your place a hotel? Why do you call the sky the sky? Why do you call a dog a dog? I don't know how to answer that question. It's Well, there is an answer to that question, which I will give to you in a moment.
Deja vu.
I'm going to try the Meyer Greenblatt method of cleaning this camera. See if does it make it clearer? Seriously, because this camera on this computer.
Hey, let's party.
What is going on here? People are talking about me here. Because it once was. Wait. Hold on. Why do you call your place the Hilton? Because it once was, says Prior Talk. I am one of us says that's what I thought. I was wondering what the history was. I know it was once a funeral home and a furniture store as well. I don't think it was ever a hotel, says Missing Mars. Much better, Grudge. Is it really better? Seriously? Then I've been doing all these live streams looking like shit, and is it better? Man, we spent so much money on this computer. I thought it must have a better camera that's always so washed out and scummy. Okay. At this certain time in my life, I thought I could retire. It looks like that was folly because people overwhelmingly voted for Joe Biden, in a totally honest, legitimate election. And the economy crashed. And anyway, I was looking for a place. I wanted it to be in the southern part of the United States. I wanted it to be where there were no disasters. I was looking for a place with no tornadoes, no hurricanes, no earthquakes. I was looking for a place where maybe they would listen to bluegrass music, and you could see bluegrass music. I was looking for anyway. You get on Zillow and some of these YouTube real estate places, and you could see you could buy an old school, and you could ride your bike or motorcycle right down the hallway of the old school, and you could have a whole auditorium to turn into a movie theater and a whole gym. You could play basketball with your friends, whatever, and just own a school like some fantasy like out of Dawn of the Dead where you live in a mall. You can buy churches, beautiful churches. Some of them may not be in the best neighborhoods, but churches that are no longer used with beautiful stained glass windows and fill them with pinball machines. Maybe that's sacrilegious. I don't know. There was a hotel I was quite enchanted with. It was an ex-hotel in Rural Retreat, Virginia. Look, a $10 bill. Um, and it upon further investigation, sending some people into the place remotely, it was in very bad condition. But it had 4 or 5 floors, and it was built before the Civil War and everything. But anyway, that's not what we ultimately bought. We ultimately bought in a community very much like that. We bought a house, Victorian house, that's been altered a lot. My wife calls it Frankensteina because it's been altered for many different purposes. For a little while, is 1950 to 1972. A little while, it was a funeral home. It then, from 72 until, I don't know, long time, it was a furniture store. Before that was a home, and since then, it's been a home, or it's been multiple levels rented out to different people. But no, this particular building was never a hotel. But you guys are destroying the whole kayfabe here. You're asking, the wrestler, are you really a bad guy? You're asking, you know, you're you're finding out that mankind is actually a college graduate and is an expert in the Civil War and stuff. Do you really want to know that? Do you really want to get the? Anyway, it's all right. So it says he's lying. It looks fine and is the same. Oh, that sounds very wise. That he's lying. It looks fine and is the same. That's like something from the Bible or something. He looks fine and is the same. I was thinking the other day, when Popeye says, I am what I am, that's like biblical because God says, I am that I am. And it's like, no one ever points out Popeye is like using God's line. That's his. I know an artist that buys old churches and makes them their homes and art. Yeah, that's cool. We got Paulo, one of the 4-color fossils, in the chat down below.
Fossils, fossilize.
Yeah.
I got fossilizing.
Going. I can't hear anything, so I think I need to turn this down.
No.
Maybe I'll turn this down over there. I realized why I wasn't hearing the sound of this Elvira pinball machine all the way down. It's hard to watch with this thing. It's meant to be in an arcade, making all this noise to attract people to put in quarters. Let me turn the sound down a little bit. Oh, shit.
To Rick it again?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's okay. Yeah.
People are talking about what you should have called your home. I think I once said that you should have called it Castle Grotto or something.
Yeah, that's a little cliched, though. I don't know. What is going on in the? I can't. Okay, I'm on. What is the thing? Firefox, because on Explorer I have a StreamYard account which I almost used up completely. So I went to Firefox where I have almost 20 hours, but I can't move up and down. So
you can.
So let's see. I don't know why I can't. It's like it doesn't respond. Oh, now it moved. I know an artist I know an old lady that lives in a shoe. Let's see. Yet simply, Library 88 says, yet simply Hotel Orloff. Dang it. I never questioned that. Well, everyone's questioning me today. Hey, Paulo. They're breaking through my kayfabe here.
Mm-hmm.
Ratu moves around the country a lot as well. Yeah, this morning I'm in South Dakota. I am one of you, says, hi, Paulo. Everyone's doing the hello thing. Hello, Paulo. Hello, John Boy, Fossilrific Fossilator.
Yeah, let's do this for 40 minutes now.
And don't
no,
stop.
No, don't worry. No, they did a good.
How
They did a
dare
great.
you? How
No,
dare
they did a
you?
great show
You
today.
ruined my
No, they did a great.
childhood. What?
No, they did a great show today. I came around about 1 hour, and they were showing a lot of westerns, and it was amazing. It was great because they had John Severin stuff and John Romita stuff.
Yeah, the part I saw, it was Skull the Slayer and
Mhm.
uh man, what was it? Some good stuff. Yeah, and then I tuned. Yeah, and then it was like a Planet of the Apes coloring book that I had as a kid. I was doing a million things for my wife this morning, so I'm gonna watch it unimpeded later. Camera looks fine and looked fine. Oh, that's what that cryptic message was about. I don't think it has looked fine. I think I've always looked fuzzy on StreamYard. Um,
I
it's not a.
usually do, but then again, I use the laptop camera, so no resolution.
Yeah, that's what I'm using the camera on the laptop. Everyone, and I don't have any headphones or microphone. This is also fake for those of you that are wondering how fake this is. This is actually, I think it's a working microphone that was my wife's, before I met her. It's just like tiny.
Yeah.
But if you hold it just right, forced perspective makes it look like, you're in Sun Studios.
Yeah.
Um, so
Actually, I think I can
this,
give myself higher definition. Let me see.
why is the sound so low, man? Well, that's great. I got that working. Now I got to figure out this beat time machine. So what's been up? Any prospects of writing jobs coming up?
Not really. I usually run for try to run for marketing jobs, but then I look at what they need from the application. It's not actual marketing. It's just using internet marketing tools, which just follows impressions. That's the type of job that's going to disappear in a year or two when all of that thing is run by artificial intelligence. So um,
Oh, okay. Like
they,
promoting new vehicles, that'll be
no, not
done.
even that. No, it's for bullshit companies that do uh, tracking of cookies for corporations, and it's actually kind of useless.
Huh.
A couple of months ago,
Yeah.
I was trying for a job in a magazine for auto shops, but I have trouble moving around because of my car. It's basically it doesn't move anymore. So,
Why don't you just come
so
to the United States? The border's wide open. There's all kinds of jobs.
yeah, I'll go to I'll fly to Mexico and I'll cross the border.
Yeah, that's what everybody's doing. It's the new
Yeah,
thing. Half the Chinese military, entire prisons have just come right across,
I
come
saw.
right on over.
Mhm.
So, um, this relative, my wife, there was a doctor, a female doctor, and it was not allowed into the country, but just anyone can come across, just walk across. But you try to do it officially, it's like, oh, you're a doctor. Oh, well, that's not an important profession. Yeah, that's just like a doctor that
No,
speaks Spanish. Oh, we don't need that here. Geez. Um, this is an insane country, but it wasn't always, and maybe it'll get better. We'll see. Oh, now,
Sebastian. I saw Sebastian Gorka's Instagram, and they were trying to force him to resign from his job in the board of education.
Sebastian Gorka. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to remember if he's someone I like or someone I hate. I can't
He
remember
he
offhand.
was
Should I
he
hate
was
him or
appointed
like him?
is appointed by is appointed by Trump. He's been a guest a number of times on Bet David's podcast. So
He used
so
to
you
be a
should.
guy on the radio that would do commercials about health, I think.
No, it was the guy who was born in Hungary, grew up in the UK, and is now a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, well, because he was appointed by Trump, means that Trump at some point thought he was competent, but it doesn't mean he's competent because Trump made a lot of mistakes in appointments, thinking people were good. But someone like Ben Carson, that guy's a good guy. Yeah, Ben Carson's great. Yeah, Vivek Ramaswamy has been told he's not going to be Trump's vice president,
Yeah.
but he's probably going to be put in some high cabinet position. So right now they're trying to strip Trump of all of his property in New York. It's just they just keep doing everything they can. Nothing works, and everything they do just makes them look worse and worse.
Yeah. Well, the only thing left is that they're gonna try and get him for 4 years of unpaid parking at the White House.
Oh,
One of these
for a
days they're
minute
gonna
I
try.
thought you were serious because that's the kind of way they think.
Yeah.
That's so ludicrous that it almost is believable now. That's what
No,
they do.
no. There was the Babylon Bee posted something the other day, and after the people were commenting, they didn't understand that it was the Babylon Bee because right now you can't really tell when something's ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Everything's insane.
Fire Tuck is asking if I bought anything. I did actually, so let me get it.
What is going on?
Friar Tuck was asking if I bought anything recently, and I did. There was this roving book market, and I bought.
Oh yeah, I was on the Hotel Orloff used to be on Kensington Avenue. It's a very ritzy street. Let's see. Did Paulo buy anything new today? Yeah. Paulo doesn't even have to do it the right way. And Bronco says, "Hey, Grot, boa tarde, Paulo."
Yeah, Branco's in Brazil now. He's back in Brazil. Awesome.
Wait, isn't
You said
Balenciaga some horrible place? Aren't they the company that's really bad or something? Look at this ad and this. Look,
yeah.
cool. They've got someone that looks like Vampire. But I just know that I've heard Balenciaga is some horrible thing. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
I bought some comics. These were warehouse finds, and these guys were selling it because this looks brand new, but it was published like in 1986, and it still looks brand new. This series only lasted for 8 albums in France. For 8 albums in France, and we only got 2 in Portugal. It's kind of a naive take on the space alien, even as a juvenile sidekick.
Yeah.
Cristal. Another one, The Forever War. This is a French comic book adaptation of a U.S. science fiction novel.
Yeah.
And yeah, the original author was where's the guy? Something Holdman. Where is he? Joe Haldeman, and he met this artist from Belgium, and they decided to do the adaptation. And it's science fiction in the future. John Gores is saying he read The Forever War as a kid. Cool.
Oh.
So yeah, I even bought these for €3. That's like $3.50. This was a bit more expensive because it's a hardcover. It's the Portuguese edition of Mr. Punch by Neil Gaiman and Dave McKean.
Okay.
And this was published around the first time they tried to do a real convention in Portugal, and they even invited Neil Gaiman to come, but they lost money with it, so no more. I got Jimmy Palmiotti also came in, Amanda Connor, and Carlos Pacheco. Also bought a few science fiction novels from the Argonauta collection. This was when we had science fiction in Portugal. Now we only have romantic vampires. Nine Princes in Amber by Roger Zelazny.
Oh, okay. These are all comic book adaptations of the books.
No. These are novels. They just happen to be digest sized.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this one also by the Lasny, Trumps of Doom.
Huh.
This is by Chris Claremont. First Flight.
Okay.
Brian Aldiss
This is all in French?
in Portuguese.
Portuguese, okay.
Yeah, this series lasted for decades. I think they put the full collection is 500 novels, but the first 100 volumes are really hard to get. The Dark Light Years by Brian Aldiss.
Yeah, I've got that book in English.
Mm-hmm. And broken in 2 volumes, we have The Dark Beyond the Stars by Frank M. Robinson. So they had to break it in 2. Otherwise, it would have been too expensive at the time. Now they just put out a 1,000 volume book, 1,000 page book if they need to.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah. So these were cheap, only €3.
I was just
it.
going through this old issue of Harper's Bazaar. I don't know how I came into this. March 1960. What's interesting is I flipped through this. It's these. It's a women's magazine from the beginning of the Kennedy era, and these really cool looking vampire looking Morticia looking kind of but what I love is this 2-page spread of military schools you can send your kids so that you can live the high life. You can be glamorous and marry a millionaire, and you can just send your kid off to Farragut Academy or Valley Forge for all of these academies. It's like your kid's a brat. Here we are. Take care of you. So little slices of Americana here that exist here for I don't know what reason. And I think I can put them over in a magazine rack over here. I'm just gradually working on building back better here, as the World Economic Forum says.
You got to follow the words of the genius, Klaus Schwab.
Apparently, this soccer player from your country is becoming really big now here. He's probably been big for decades. This guy, what's his name? Ronaldo?
Cristiano Ronaldo is in he plays in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, he plays in Saudi Arabia now?
Yeah.
But he's Portuguese, right?
Yeah. He hasn't
Why
played.
Did you guys let him go to Saudi Arabia? I guess because they have billions of dollars.
Oh, he left Portugal 17 years ago. He hasn't played for a Portuguese team for that long. He's played in England, in England and Spain, and now he's in Saudi Arabia for the 2nd year.
Oh, okay. I have no idea. It's not just soccer. I don't follow any sports, so.
Yeah, he played for Manchester United.
I think something may have just been arrived. Some mailman may have brought something just now.
Yeah, he played for Manchester United and for Real Madrid.
Hold on, let me see what came to the door.
Yeah, Chris Claremont did actual books for Friar Tuck. He has 2 cycles of 3 novels. In fact, the one I showed is the first novel is the first novel he ever wrote in 1987. Then he wrote a trilogy with George Lucas. He has a fantasy novel called Dragon Moon, and he did a Star Trek novel as well.
Why is the sound so low? I guess it's because of this stupid Firefox. The sound is usually I could walk over there and hear what you were saying. You said something about Star Trek novel?
No, Friar Tuck was surprised that Chris Claremont had written novels. So So he didn't do that many, but he does have some.
Pete is saying hi. Let's see. Chris Claremont did actual books. Who knew? Friar Tuck. Any old time Life magazines, Gretchen? Yes. And Messi plays in MLS now in Miami. Oh, does he?
Messi is Ronaldo's greatest rival.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I get them all mixed up.
for best player in the world. Messi's from Argentina.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when I was a kid, soccer was this foreign, weird thing that just the weird kid down the street played, but nobody even knew what it was. But now it's unfortunately taking over. Just not that I really care, I don't like any sports. Myers says my mother used to get a magazine called Sunset. This was a Western Living Monthly about decorating and gardening, and the back were ads from military schools. I never screw up bad enough to get sent. Yeah, that's what they're doing. It's for housewives, the dream, and it's like, well, you can wear these nice fashions, and you just, at least they were. At least they were getting rid of kids a different way than the way that's trendy now with Democrats. Because then at least the kid had a chance to live, not to be political or anything. Let's see. Now I'm gonna. What else is going on?
What else is going on? Well, this weekend NASCAR is not on an oval track. It's on a regular track, and they have right turns. It's in Austin, where they do the Formula One Grand Prix.
I got this little Kiss. This came with the Kiss action figures from I think McFarlane Toys, possibly. Mm-hmm. I just don't know where I had it on top of the Kiss pinball machine. I don't know where to put these stupid things.
Yeah. Kiss have never been popular in Portugal. I don't know why.
Well, have they ever played in Portugal?
I don't think so.
Well, what American bands are big in Portugal?
Oh, what a modern or from the old days?
From if Kiss is the old days, yeah, for that time period.
Well, Pearl Jam were hot in the early '90s. REM,
okay,
definitely. Yes. I think they came over a few times.
I remember Pearl Jam existing, but I don't know if I could tell you one of their songs. I would recognize it if I heard it, but
Def Leppard were popular for a couple of years in the 90s. Van Halen were popular for a while, but in the 90s, but not very long.
In the 90s,
yeah,
that was a 70s band for us.
Yeah.
I don't think they were that. They were anything past the mid 80s here in this country. Okay, this is my oldest brother's Bible, and it's when we lived on Olney Street in San Antonio. That's the street. That's the house that my family was living in when I was born. Let's look it up. 302 Olney. I don't have much memory of that house, but there are pieces of furniture here that once were in that house. Let's look it up. Oh, so yeah.
Fartuk's asking Beatles or Rolling Stones. The Beatles were always popular here. The Rolling Stones only got popular in the 80s. The Who were never popular here. From that time, people were more into UK bands.
Okay. Well, Rolling Stones is a UK band.
Yeah. Rolling Stones is a UK band.
But what's wrong with these people? Well, I don't know.
Although there was a
Um,
German band that they're only apparently the only country in the world where they're still popular is Portugal, the Scorpions.
what is the was there punk rock in Portugal?
Very briefly, by the time we were interested, uh, Sid Vicious had already died. Electric Light
Oh,
Orchestra, no.
oh, I'm missing out on comments here.
Yeah, I'm reading the comments. Yeah, Electric Light Orchestra, no, nobody knows.
Friar Tuck says Catholic schools were where delinquents got sent in my day.
Mhm.
NASCAR at road track this week. You know, like Trump was at a military school, so he had super rich parents. That Beatles, Rolling Stones, Who, Sammy Hagar with Van Halen in the night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yellow says Jumbo, asking if that's.
Because my dad was never that much. My dad liked the Shadows. My mom
Oh,
didn't. My mom liked Elvis, but only romantic period Elvis from the late '60s and '70s.
the Shadows never were popular at all, unknown completely in the United States. That was a British thing.
Scorpions were popular in the U.S. for a while because they were also popular in other European countries, but then they stopped being. By the time they got to the '90s, when the Scorpions were only doing pop rock, I guess they were as popular as Europe, the band Europe, but they're still pretty popular here. When they retired, they unretired so they could play here.
You can't even see the house here. It just looks like it's been overgrown with.
Yeah.
I've got pictures upstairs that looked wonderful at one time.
Doesn't look like it's
Um,
been kept.
they're estimating it's worth $159,000. The house.
Mm.
Let's see.
For
Let's look up
159,000.
Portuguese rock and roll.
Oh, you won't know them, especially because they don't sing in English. We
Doesn't
do have.
matter because I was listening to stuff from Thailand the other night and it was highly entertaining. Um, let's.
Well, in the '80s, the top rock bands were, one was called Chutos and Pontapés. If you write XUTOS, you should find them. Uh, they've been around for almost 40 years, although their rhythm guitar died a few years ago. UHF don't exist anymore.
You know these bands? Mata
Mataratos, yeah.
Ratos. Does that mean kill rats?
Yeah, the
Rat killer?
Red Killer. They only actually had one song that 10-year olds loved.
Oh, this is like recent stuff, huh?
No, that's old. I was 10 years old when I first heard of Mataratos.
What about Tara Perdita? Is that a good band?
Never heard them.
Oh, they got a whole bunch of stuff here. Let's see. I don't know if this will set off copyright claims. Sounds like the Monkeys. Let's see. They got a lot of songs. Tara Perdita.
Yeah,
There's
but they
more
don't play on the
Mato
radio.
Ratos.
Yeah, they only had one. Their only famous song is about.
Do you know
It's called
Estal Farto?
Kud Judas. Kud Judas is what
Is
you
that a
say.
racist thing?
No, it's more like something that's way out and nobody.
Oh,
eh,
is this a song about Fonzie or is that the name of
No,
the
the
band?
band's called Fonzie.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you're looking if you're googling Portuguese rock and that's what shows up. I don't know what kind of algorithm they have.
Well, I put in Portugal punk rock.
Okay,
Let
yeah,
me
nobody
try
cares.
something
Yeah,
else.
yeah, punk rock was really not a thing.
There's no telling. I put in 1950s Portugal rock and roll.
Oh, there was no
But
rock and roll in Portugal in the 1950s
why is that? What's wrong with you
because
guys?
nobody had ever heard it. It was only around 1966, 67 that the first people started getting interested because mostly among the upper classes because they would go abroad and they would bring records from foreign countries.
Well,
The
why?
radios would not play rock and roll.
Uh, Weird. So, okay.
So nobody did it. There was no point.
None of the kids knew that it existed.
No, there probably were a couple of Elvis got through. Uh, Little Richie, no. Only found out about him in the 60s and 70s.
The
Yeah,
wild
in the six,
60s sound from Portugal.
yeah, in the late 60s, that's when the first bands started showing up.
Portuguese surf and garage rock. This is
Yeah,
a
nobody cares
playlist.
about that. Nobody cares about that.
Well, I might. It might be good.
Most of those guys didn't even have albums, only cassettes.
Uh-oh. That's a little problematic. What the heck is that? That doesn't.
I have no idea what that is.
They're trying to do surf music.
Yeah,
Do people surf in Portugal? Are you able to surf there?
now they do. Surf started becoming popular in the 90s. In fact, we Portugal is the only place in Europe that is on the international surfing circuit.
This looks good.
Gareth
Brazilian
McNamara.
Nuggets, Back from the Jungle, Volume 1, 60s Garage Rock.
Yeah, that might that existed. Yeah, but I don't know them.
But that doesn't count as Portuguese. I mean,
No,
it's in
no.
Portuguese, but
And
it's
what we
not.
got from what we didn't get rock from Brazil. We got Brazilian folk music and bossa
This
nova.
this is Thylo's combo, Portuguese surf garage rock, but it sounds like elevator music. How is that surf garage rock? What's
It's not.
wrong with
It's not.
Portugal?
But that was Thilo Krassmann was a German music teacher who came to Portugal, and he started doing music for TV and for the Eurovision Song Contest.
Uh, who's that band again? See, they got the little Anarchy A
Fugitive,
there.
yeah.
You got to get out of that country. Come over here. I could you could sleep on my couch until you get a job. You got to get out of a country where they don't even have rock and roll until the late 60s. What's wrong with them? Something wrong. There's got to be more.
But we had the best synthwave music in the 80s, better than everything in the UK.
Oh, this might be better. But is this Portuguese? Maybe it's better because it's not Portuguese. Oh, it's in English. That's why it sounds better. I don't know, man. Okay, well, rock. Not everything is rock and roll, I guess. Look at this little Happy Meal premium. What is this from? I guess it's a Happy Meal. It might be some other. I guess it's a little finger puppet, but it just looks like some killer with a knife, a
Yeah,
sword.
what's
It's
that?
probably
I have no
from
idea.
Ulan or something. But I have about 15 of these. In every room I go, I find one of these because I don't remember how I obtain them, but I don't know. I just don't know. Here's one of my childhood books, The Travels of Dr. Dolittle.
Doctor Dolittle.
It's
Yeah, I remember the Doctor Dolittle movie. Doctor Dolittle movie from the what 60s? There was one.
John
Do you remember?
Goris asks if you have MTV. We don't
If
have
you had,
MTV here. I mean, there's no music.
we had we had MTV from the 80s if you could get a satellite dish. Otherwise, no, because we didn't have cable until the late to mid 90s.
Who is a known synthwave band in the U.S.? Says Friar Tuck. Yeah, I'm not even sure if I know
Nowadays,
what that is.
nowadays, I have no idea. I stopped listening to new music around what 8 to 10 years ago,
Mm.
back when house was still good, and but of course at that time I was only listening to electronic music, but I haven't picked up any new names.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that kind of music. That's so I'm not going to be able to engage in a discussion of house music or any of that. I don't want to be just sound like an asshole and say, "Oh, that's all shit." I don't know enough about it. Which is what I always say when I'm pretty sure I don't like something and I just want to be nice. Let's see. Christmas ornaments that need hooks. Yes, indeed. What is this? This is a cassette. I don't know how I wound up with this cassette. Look at this. You see that? Why America is under a curse. 2 of 2. This. What is that? Is this what a cufflink or this must have been a gift from somebody? I guess it's a little cufflink. I got so much crap around here. What else is going on?
Friar Tuck is asking, was punk rock popular at all in Portugal? No. When rock music started getting popular, in the late 70s, the acts that became more successful glommed on to rockabilly and hard rock without being rockabilly and hard rock. There were some fast-paced songs, but they would not count as punk rock because they didn't have the attitude.
Was there a rockabilly movement in Portugal?
No, it was just guys who had access to music from the outside who liked it and tried doing it in Portuguese.
I hear there's a kind of a rockabilly scene in Argentina.
Mm.
Is Argentina near Portugal? Because I don't know where all those countries are. Even
Argentina's in South America.
I'm talking about Brazil is close to Argentina. Did I say Portugal? I meant
Yeah,
Brazil and
yeah. Brazil has a border with Argentina, but Argentina's pretty. Both Brazil and Argentina are pretty big, so
do the
they
people in
picked up.
Brazil speak Portuguese the way that you do, or is it a little off?
No, they have their own accent. And they're starting to experience diglossia, which means they won't be able to understand us in 200 years or so.
Really?
Yeah.
When will that happen with the United States and England?
It won't because you guys exchange too much culture, and we don't do the same with Brazil. The Brazilian culture we have is upper class Brazilian culture, because they want to be European, but they are very disconnected from what the lower classes are doing, and they have a lot of shifts in slang words in Brazil.
Okay, so basically they speak like a whole different dialect that they've invented.
They didn't invent it. The way they do vowel intonation is the way we did vowel intonation until the late 18th century. Uh, Modern
Okay.
words, the modern and scientific words, we picked them up from France. Brazilians picked them up from the U.S.
Oh,
Um, and apart from that, there was a lot of influence from African slaves that they have in Brazil.
yeah. This is from Brazil. That would suck to get a copyright claim on some song I don't even care about.
Yeah.
Um, well, so the people in Portugal kind of look down on people in Brazil?
Yeah,
Because I know
because
that this old friend of mine, uh, she was getting married to this guy from Spain that she'd met on MySpace, and
mhm.
his family came over, and they'd go to restaurants, and the groom's father from Spain was just so really, really didn't like the way that people in this country spoke Spanish that were mostly from Mexico. He thought they were sounded
Yeah,
whiny and everything.
yeah.
So he was, but I guess it's like we don't speak English the way they speak. The royal family speaks, which
But
thank goodness.
nobody in England speaks English the way the royal family speaks.
Yeah, but there's a snobbishness that probably is the same thing that happens from Portugal to Brazil.
There is, yeah, because most of the Brazilians who come here, uh, they they do, they they do low level work.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
so they're not the most educated, but they're not, most of them are they're not bad people. If they come to when they come to work, uh, they usually adapt very quickly because
Yeah.
there are a few guys who come here and don't work and start up trouble as usual. But the majority of them they do come here and they bring their families. If they have kids, they try to never go back.
Yeah. Oh
And then
my gosh.
the kids become Portuguese.
You see one of these? Starbird from 19 Christmas morning of 1978. So that's pretty.
Uh, Starbirds. So so that was an unlicensed project, right?
It'll go up. Anyway, it's not in the best condition. Um, I'm trying to clear stuff off of the pinball machines. What are we talking about here?
They're still talking about music.
Was punk rock popular at all in Portugal? I think we answered that. I listened to a bit of alternative rock when my kids were little in the early to mid 2000s. Last current music I listened to, Muse Killers. Myers
Yeah, I like
says,
Killers.
my kids and I listened to Gorillaz a lot when they were teenagers. I even took them to a concert, very entertaining band live. I've seen their little cartoon
Yeah, yeah,
illustrations, but I don't know if I've ever heard the music. That Starbird is awesome, says Meyer. I
yeah. The
trust
most
Meyer
famous
enough if he
song.
says the Gorillas are good that I would like them.
Yeah, it's. it kind of tries to mix. It tries to incorporate hip hop into the general Britpop sound, and then yeah, it becomes because the Gorillaz is a spin-off from Blur, the band Blur.
Oh.
But the guy who created the visuals, he's the comic book artist, Jamie Hewlett. He did Tank Girl.
Man, I don't have any coins.
I guess the most famous song by the Gorillaz is "Feel Good Inc." because it's the one that they did with De La Soul.
Man, I don't know much about all that music.
Very elaborate live show with a giant stage and orchestra and choir. Yeah.
Hey, let's party.
Yeah. Meyer says very about the Gorillaz, a very elaborate live show with a giant stage and orchestra and choir, which is kind of funny because considering that the whole image of the band are the cartoons, they try to make a very complete live show. You can find a few concerts if you look through YouTube.
Very elaborate live show with a giant stage and orchestra and choir. Oh, interesting. Are they still around, or are they pretty much off the scene?
They are still around. They occasionally they still tour. I don't know if they have had any album recently. I don't think so. Because Damon Albarn is also producing other artists, so I'm not entirely sure if they're still doing Gorillaz.
Huh.
How old is Damon Albarn? 56.
Well, I'll put the link in the chat if anyone else wants to come in. And
that's cool because then in about 10 minutes I have to go.
oh, okay. Well, when you leave, I'll talk to Cookie Monster until someone else comes on. And I'll ask him about his music and his culture.
There was a Sesame Street disco album, and that Cookie Monster song, that thing was famous in clubs at the time.
In the 70s?
Yeah.
In Portugal or here in the United States too?
In the United States, that thing was played around in New York clubs.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that went up noses in those kind of clubs that probably caused that.
But the song is good. It's got a good sound and a good progression. The disco version.
It's a disco version of "C is for Cookie."
That's right.
Wow. I don't know if I've heard that version, but that's why it's great. It started a great song, progressive rock song, and it became a great disco. I don't even know if what I'm doing is completely off camera or not. Yes, it actually is. So I'm just a disembodied voice. Hold on. See it now. I'm trying to figure out how to get this machine working, which is I might have to pull it out and get into the back of the machine to do that.
How low can a price go on a pinball machine?
What's that?
How low can a pinball machine go in price when it goes comes out of circulation?
Well, out of circulation. Well, I mean, there are people that have a lot of money that buy brand new pinball machines when they first come out, and they're never in um, they're never used by the public. But um, I don't know. There's a set time, It's just um, yeah. I mean that Elvira is in 1988. The Kiss is, I believe, 78. It kind of goes back in time. 98.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, 88, 78. This beat time, I think, is 67. It's the Beatles, but they didn't have the rights to do that. So they look like the Beatles, but on the drum kit it says the Boodles. Um, and then this Fire Queen here is, I think that's 1976. Let me look this up. Beat time pinball. 1967, yeah, and then Fire Queen. I moved all the stuff off the Beatles machine onto the Fire Queen. Fire Queen is working fine. Fire Queen pinball. I think everybody's burned out with the live streams. Let's see, 1977, yeah.
Yeah.
And then this
Can,
corral
can,
over here is late 50s, or no,
but
actually
can you buy
corral.
a used one for $500 or less?
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, you used to be able to. The corral
Yeah.
is in 1961, but you can't even see it because it's got games stacked
Mhm.
up on it. It may not be in good working order at that
Yeah,
price,
yeah.
but at least you used to be able to.
Yeah, I know some are collectibles, but I imagine that's a few of them have people have no interest whatsoever, and they just get thrown out.
well, yeah. I mean, I think, yeah. So some were destroyed because they were looked at. Oh, we got Friar Tuck coming in.
Nice.
We got it. Okay, cool. Um, Friar Tuck, are you there? He's got. Did you pay your light bill, Friar Tuck? Kidding, Nick. I see a black screen and I hear an echo. So he might need. What will you need to do? He's having trouble with his camera, and he's getting back from some StreamYard. And I can't hear with this machine going in the background. Um, wait. He became an 8 ball for a second. But anyway, they were considered gambling machines in the United States, and they thought that the mob was playing them. So a lot of pinball machines were smashed, and destroyed, kind of like comics were burned.
Well, around here, you needed a license to operate one, but there was never any confusion that they were gambling.
Yeah.
Especially because gambling here is regulated in the way that only a Catholic Church affiliated organization, which has been nationalized by the government in the early 20th century, has the rights to has the exclusive rights to manage gambling.
All right, Friar Tuck. There are two Friar Tucks now. Let me get rid of the other Friar Tuck. Oop, that's the wrong button. Okay, now we have one Friar Tuck. What's up?
Can you hear us?
Okay. I am one of those that says my mic is echoing. Paulo, say something. Let's see if your mic is echoing.
No, it's not your mic. It's whenever Friar Tuck is on, because the all of the sound is coming from a cell phone.
It might be a different window you got open.
Hey, let's party.
Usually this kind of thing is caused by another tab being open that has a YouTube that's playing the sound with a slight delay.
Right.
Now it's both of you. Well, it's been both of us. Okay. Now let's see what's going on. Try saying something, Friar Tuck, and see if we can hear you. Okay.
No sound.
No sound. Also, if you're using a phone, turn it sideways so that you're in. Okay. Now you're in widescreen. So that's fixed. I'm not hearing an echo now.
Mm-hmm.
So we just don't have sound. Weird. Maybe we're going to talk with sign language.
I don't know sign language.
There was some press conference, and there was a lady doing this. I think it was for like the White House or something. And it turned out she was a few deaf people watched it. She's just making it up. She doesn't know how to do sign language. She just got out there, and no one questioned it. They didn't ever doubt that someone says, "I know sign language." Okay, go do it. That was funny. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can hear you now, Friar. Okay, everything's working but your sound. We got picture. There might be a button to enable your mic on StreamYard that you have to click.
Yeah, because it usually asks for permission to
yeah,
use whatever
it might
system
need
you have.
permission to access your sound. Of course, our computers listen to us all the time. Our phones listen to it, but on StreamYard they have to ask permission. But normally they don't ask permission. Because I'm talking to Meyer on one of the live streams. Remember the last live stream, Paulo, where he was showing me little rubber cars?
Yeah.
Now I start getting in my feed his videos from like 5 years ago where he shows those cars. I think he gave up, or maybe he'll try a different device.
Yeah, and I really have to go now. So
all right, see you.
Okay, so if you're still on in 2 hours, I might come back.
Oh yeah, it's possible.
We never know.
My wife wakes up, I'll be signing off. See you later, Paul.
Right. See you later.
Okay, so we were unsuccessful in getting Friar Tuck, a new person, on. But if you try Friar Tuck with a different device, he's trying again. Let's see how this goes. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Now it's working. Now all you got to do is rotate the camera if you can.
Here we go.
Okay. Gosh, you've never been on before, have you?
Once I think I came on and did. I told you about some sort of website to watch Hanna-Barbera cartoons or something, and then once I did that, they made it a pay service or something, whatever it was.
Right. I was all excited because I could see the '60s Hulk cartoons. And then I found right after that was about a year ago. And then I found that on archive.org, you could access all of them and beam them from your phone
to your TV or
Roku
whatever
app on your phone. You could beam it to your Roku and then record them from your Roku. So
yeah, cool. I told you about the what was it, the Cartoon Nerds or Comic Nerds channel through the Roku too.
Something like that.
You got to try that through your Roku. It's real. I mean, it's random. You can't watch them. You can't watch them in order or anything.
Okay.
The Hanna-Barbera, any like the Fantastic Four, you can't watch like just show them randomly like it's a normal TV station or whatever. Would show them back in
the
the
station. 80s. Okay, and there
yeah,
was
yeah,
one
yeah.
like that they were talking about on Horror Mike last week about that shows horror movies, but in between it has burlesque shorts and trailers, and I think
one of the ones you told me about has like burlesque stuff too. One of the ones through the Roku you told me about. I can't remember which one it was. Let me turn on my Roku and see.
Yeah, let me okay.
Yeah, I'm still here. I can hear you.
Okay. I'm going to go over here and play around with my Roku.
Yeah, Other Worlds TV was the one you told me about through the Roku, and then it was something OSI 74 or something like that. There's another one that's got like.
Yeah, Other Worlds TV that's the one I just discovered from Horror Mike. That's the last one I added.
Yeah, that's the one you
about that in the chat or something.
Yeah, or you did a video or something. You were doing one of your live streams or something and mentioned it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta look that one up, and that's got some weird stuff on it too, and some in between there's like burlesque stuff and that too.
Well, that one I have to credit Horror Mike for that. I didn't discover that one, and that one I'm pulling up now. Move the.
Yeah, the comic nerds one is the one you got.
Japanese movie right now. It looks like
the comic nerds with a Z at the end is the one you got to go search through
comic
the Roku.
Nerds. Is it one word?
Yeah, and it's got a Z at the end of it instead of it like it would be an S or whatever for nerds. It'd be NERDZ at the end of it, and I think you might dig that one too. That's
the one that shows cartoons.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of Hanna-Barbera stuff. It's got some 90s stuff in that, He-Man, and it's got a live action channel that's got like Knight Rider and old Spider-Man TV show and stuff on there too.
Okay.
I think you might like that one a bit too.
There's two different ones. There's Comic Nerds and The Comic Nerds channel. Looks like it's the same people. It's the same icon.
Yeah, you just want the Comic Nerds one, not the one. I think that might be interviews and stuff. I don't know, but
okay, add app. So I'm adding the channel.
And there's like individual channels on that when you go to it. That, like I said, there's a Comic Bugle one. There's like a Gotham City one that shows old like Batman shows from the 40s and stuff, or movies, serials, whatever you want to call those.
Okay, I see. It has. Oh, it has multiple channels within it.
Yeah.
Yep,
that's it.
Spider-Man shows.
Yeah, some of those are from the 60s, but some of those might be from the 90s and that too. And then there's an HB channel that's all Hanna-Barbera stuff from the 60s and 70s.
The Bots Network is showing Bionic 6. Mega Prime is showing Transformers, Beast Wars. Blip is showing Angry Birds, Street Fighter. All of Justice is showing Justice League.
Yeah, the Justice League stuff's like from the 80s. The HB channel you would like, I think. And then the Daily Bugle.
Yeah, the Daily Bugle. Fantastic Four. Oh, it's the late 70s Fantastic Four.
Yeah, some of that stuff pops up on there you might not like.
60s Fantastic Four. This is the one from 67. Oh, that's pretty cool.
And then you hit enter and it'll go to full screen or whatever too.
And they've got a channel After School TV that's got Gargoyles and Aladdin, Thundercats.
Yeah, Gargoyles was actually pretty good. I was an adult. I was an adult when Gargoyles came out.
The sound on this particular browser is real low. What were you saying?
The Gargoyles was pretty good. I was an adult when that came out, but the Gargoyles was pretty good too. In the 90s,
I remember that from the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, the HB channel you'd like.
They've got X-Men channel and Avengers channel. This is strange. They've got. How are they affording to have all this stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. And every now and then it'll be gone for like a day, but then it comes back here and there. So I'm thinking maybe they're an offshore account or something. I don't know.
Yeah, thanks for telling me about that.
Yeah, I pop that on and fall asleep to it a lot of times. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
The HB channel is the one you're going to want to go to.
Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah. They show Josie and the Pussycats, and they show, Space Ghost and Dino Boy and all that stuff on there. Johnny Quest.
Commercials? Do they have commercials in the shows?
I don't think so. No, I've never seen them anyways.
Huh. Well, that's pretty cool. Well, I found something new then.
Like I said, you may not have heard me, but every now and then it'll freeze up and it'll be gone for a few hours or a day or whatever. So I'm thinking maybe they're getting in trouble. I don't know. But it's free. It's free, but not free. You paid for the Roku and that. So
right.
I wish you could get me TV. You said that's over like 1,000 miles away from you or something, right? Or a couple hundred miles away or something.
Well, it's like 90 miles away, but it would be a UHF channel, and those don't go long range.
And you'd have to you'd have to buy a really good rabbit ears or whatever for that. You'd have to pay some money or something probably to pick it up or whatever. But
yeah, I mean, it could be done.
I watch Lord Blood Raw on Saturday nights a lot of times instead of Sven Gulli. I got a little tired of Sven Gulli, so I started watching Lord Blood Raw on the Nostalgia Network, which you can get that through the internet. So,
okay, that's not on Roku, Nostalgia Network.
No, I got that through Roku as well. You could put that in there as well. They show old TV shows and old cowboy movies and stuff on there too. But I said
look that up.
Yeah, Nostalgia Network. They're pretty good too. You might enjoy that as well.
I'll write that down. What is Blood Raw like?
He's similar to Sven Gulli. He's a little campy and stuff like Sven Gulli.
Yeah.
You may or may not like that. I don't know. He's all right.
Well, no, I like Horror Host. What's weird to me is everyone seems to be into this guy Zombo or Zombu or however it's, but I look at it and it's like, how is that interesting? That was stolen completely from the Munsters.
Yeah.
And it's like, come up with your own character. I mean, to me, that's like watching an Elvis impersonator.
But if they do it good, then it's okay. I have to check him out, I guess. But if they pull it off good, it may be convincing. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't. It's still just a ripoff of something that already existed to me.
Yeah, I hear you.
That was like one of my favorite episodes. Whenever the Zombo episode of the Munsters came on, it was just like, oh, this is the greatest thing.
It was hilarious.
I felt just like Eddie Munster. I love that character, but seeing someone do the character in modern times,
just a complete ripoff. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
So what's been up?
Oh, nothing new. Haven't bought anything in a while. Here's the comic stack in my house.
Oh, okay.
The wife wants it gone. Not gone, but just moved somewhere else.
Is that the living room?
That's the basement.
Oh, you're in the basement. Okay. That's a nicely finished basement with that ceiling and everything.
Yeah. It's kind of a strange situation. We bought this house, I don't know, 2 years ago, just as the housing market was starting to pick back up again. It was down, but it was starting to pick back up again.
Yeah.
And this house was our original house. I was a little bummed, but you know, we had my kids in that house. They were brought into that house and everything else, and then we moved here. But that's neither here nor there. The other house needed a lot of work,
but it had the memories. That's what you're
right,
saying.
right. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, it was kind of sad to leave that, but
yeah.
All good things must come to an end. I mean, you moved into your house you grew up into, right, in Texas or whatever.
Well, yeah. That was a house that I lived in since the beginning of 6th grade.
Yep.
But I hadn't lived there all that time. But
you moved back to it. You had some memories and stuff and some attachments.
Yeah, there are memories. Not always great memories, but
memories nonetheless.
Yeah. No, it was in bed. It needed some repair, and the people that bought it fixed it up. Where people seemed to love the pictures of it. To me, they got rid of all the mid-century 60s look of it. But
what year was the house? Was that house built in the 60s or 50s or
64?
64? The house was built.
It wasn't a super cool 50s house.
Yep.
But I don't know, that one of the big bedrooms upstairs, that last live stream had a rerun from the old house embedded in it, and that right about where I was sitting with my dad's colonel hat on, they put a wall there. They took that one bedroom and turned it into 2 bedrooms.
2 rooms.
So it was a 4-bedroom house. They turned it in. They added an extra bedroom to it.
Okay.
So I guess for gigantic families, but
were the windows original or were they replaced at one time too?
Okay, let me think about that. I think my father replaced the one window. No, I did that, no? Yeah, I think a lot of the windows were original. I'm trying to think they were original.
Yeah.
But I think I put some tint on some of the windows, once I inherited the house, to keep the sun from hitting and baking you through the window.
The house my kids were born in was 1986, and the windows needed to be replaced. And I'm like, I grew up in a house that was built in like the 1900s as a child, and I think the windows were original in that house. And my parents would like caulk the windows here and there to keep the glass. And it was drafty in that. And my mother eventually replaced the windows in the 80s in the living room because vehicles would go by and we'd see the curtains move or get windy. Because I grew up in upstate New York.
Okay.
And it was, we'd get like winter storms and you could see the curtains moving. As a child, I could see the curtains moving. Eventually, my mother got the windows replaced in the 80s, but
yeah.
But it was that type of thing. And the house my kids were born in, like I said, was 86. I think they were original windows. They needed to be replaced by the time.
Yeah, you wouldn't think a window from the 80s, but then everything was built so poorly in the 80s.
Right. It was built better back in the, in the 1900s and the 20s and the 30s, 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
But so all that stuff needed to be done. We replaced the roof on that house. The other house I was telling you about, those built in 86. This house that I'm in now is built in 2006. My wife seems to be happier in this house, so we'll see.
Are you still in New York?
No. I'm in Connecticut now. Lived here since about 1999. We moved over here.
Okay. So
we're in southeastern Connecticut. We're not the western part of the state where all the bougie Greenwich people live. That type of thing. But
and Missing Mars is your brother, right?
Correct. He's the one that's still alive. My older brother was the one I think I mentioned. He died about a month and a half ago or whatever.
Oh.
So, but he was 63 when he passed. So he's the youngest one to go in my current immediate family. So it kind of hits home and makes you want to check your health and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
So Your brother died when? How old was you? How old were you when your brother died?
How old was I?
Were you were an adult? 20s?
Yeah. Oh, yes. I was an adult.
Yep.
I'm just trying to figure things out here because everything's blending together in my mind.
And blurring and
yeah.
melling and
I was just talking about my brother in the last video that apparently is now gone up on YouTube.
How old would your brother be today? This year?
Well, he was 10 years older than me, so he'd be 68, 69.
Yeah. He should still be alive. It's sad.
Yeah. He died in 2010. So
it's sad, and you never know.
So,
you never know when that's going to happen.
So I'm yeah.
2010, and you got another brother that's still alive. You're kind of estranged from him. You haven't talked to him in a bit.
Well, yeah, he just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, that's sad too. If there's some way you could reach out to him, you should.
I don't know his number.
Yeah, so you can't.
My wife had surgery, and she had an infection from the surgery and they brought her back into the hospital and put her in a private room that was real luxurious because they were scared. They knew they'd done something wrong. And when she got out of the hospital,
yeah,
she knew my brother was always talking about the Bible and was very spiritual. And she thought, well, I almost had a near death experience. She wanted to call my brother and talk to him, and she thought, well, that would be real nice. And so she called and I guess left a message, and I think he must have thought because she was calling and she had just been in the hospital that she was wanting money for the she was wanting, I don't know, but it was like, well, don't ever call this number again, and something about
that's just strange.
That it's like he changed his number and didn't tell me, and I had, because both my wife and I changed our numbers, and I had called him to tell him that we'd adopted a new puppy, and
yeah. I remember the whole story.
I think I left a text message, so there was proof that I had called him with the new number and everything, but he was just he thought that was so incredibly rude that I'd changed my number and not told him, and then she thought he was just being contacted because we needed money or something.
That's just a little strange.
But we had borrowed money from him before, so he just thought, oh, they're doing it again. And then it was just like, did never hear from him again. So, what can I do? I mean, he said never call again. And it's like, well, she's saying, well, he said that to me, not you. And it's like, well, you're my wife. We're one person. I don't know, man.
How long ago was that he said that? A couple years. You guys still in Texas?
Again, I don't know. Yeah, we're still in Texas. I'd say
a couple years, anyways. 3 years, 4 years, something like that.
Pre-pandemic. Well, let's see. How old is Drew the dog? I'd say 4 years, 4 years. I lose track of time. Everything.
Yeah, if your wife still has a number, I'd reach out to him and say, look.
I don't know that she does. I think the numbers. I think we did try, and the number was changed. And there's no way to. Everything's all mysterious. And it's like just don't.
Do you know what city he's located in? Still, or last time you knew where he was, anyways?
I think I know what part of the state he's in, but I don't know what city. I think I could narrow it down within several hundred miles, possibly. I don't know.
That's a lot. That's a lot. A lot of hoops.
Yes, I saw, that he was working as a real estate agent somewhere, but I don't know.
It's a lot of hoops to jump through to try to get a hold of him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
If you can, I would. If you can, some possibly way to do it, I would if I were you. But
yeah.
I don't know. Am I supposed to show old comics? Here's one.
I guess so. Let's see what you got there. Yeah, that's an issue I don't have. That's a nice looking issue there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really collect Marvel. I should send it. Actually, that's not in that great a shape. The staples and that, I don't know.
Let me see. What's wrong with the staples?
They look like they're pulling out.
Is it still
There's a lot of
together though? Is
ticks.
the cover still on?
Yeah, and there's a lot of ticks on the spine though. So I don't.
Oh, please.
I don't even remember where I got this. I don't really collect Marvel comics. I should send you these, and you can send me some DC comics because I collect DC comics.
You're just
I was
yeah.
I was collecting Fantastic. I was getting Fantastic Fours when my oldest daughter, she's 22 now. When she was little, we'd watch the cartoons and stuff like that. So I was trying to put a run of those together to read to her before we went to bed at night, or before she went to bed at night.
Oh, cool.
But that never panned out, so I don't know. So I got some Iron Man. I liked Iron Man as a kid for Marvel. I liked Fantastic Four. Hulk was my brother's thing, the one that died. He really liked Hulk. So he was big into those. But yeah. You said your brothers used to collect comics when you were little too?
Well, yeah. When I was real little, they were buying them. But they were both about 10 years older than me. They were both born. One was.
Yeah, I'm
They were
50.
about a year apart in the early 50s, and then I came along in the mid 60s.
Yeah, you were the oops baby as I was.
Yeah.
I was a late in life. My mother was 37 when she had me, so that was considered late in life in 1972.
Yeah.
Now it's like 40s. If a woman's in her 40s now, it's a late in life baby or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, my brother was 63. I'm 52. So my oldest brother that died, and my next brother's 7 years older than me. So I don't really have the 10 years that you have, but I got, seven's pretty, late in an oops baby, as they say. So
yeah. Well, yeah. So I would think my oldest brothers, they didn't like Marvel. My brothers, they collected DC and mostly probably war comics and Superman and that kind of thing, Justice League. But the whole collection was disposed of before it could be handed down to me. I just know they had one of my father's footlockers from the army filled with comics, and then there was another footlocker that was filled with Tonka trucks. And neither of those were handed down to me. Those were all disposed of. Probably too much extra stuff to carry along when we moved from the United States to Germany.
Right, correct. I got some old army men from my brother as hand-me-downs and old plastic dinosaurs. A few of the old marks, I mean, they're gone now. I lost them. So they got given to my nieces and nephews and, their kids, stuff like that. And and I somehow got the $6 Million Man, the one that he had the little pump on his back that you lift up an engine block or whatever. At one time he had the bionic eye. And I got a Johnny West from somewhere as a kid. I remember having that. My brother's like, I never had Johnny West. He goes, so and so across the street had those. He goes, we didn't have money, so I didn't have those. My brother that's missing Mars tells me these stories. He goes, yeah, I used to ask so and so across the street, a neighbor of ours, to bring out the Johnny West toys, and he was like, oh no, I'm not going to do that. I don't care. Eventually, my brother kept bothering him. He'd bring them out or whatever so they could see him.
Well, sounds like one of them got left behind then.
Yeah, I somehow ended up with it. And my neighbor had them all. He had Black Bart, or the guy with the black vest from the Johnny West. He had the horses.
I never had any Johnny West or Matt Mason. I had, I think, 2 Zeroids, possibly one.
Okay.
I think I had 2 different Zeroids, but they disappeared early on.
Yeah.
Probably broken.
And I
had the $6 Million Man. I got that Christmas of some when I was in 5th grade.
I mean, that was so cool, the $6 Million Man. But I guess there was some bad guys or something with that too. And there was an Oscar Goldman I've seen online.
Yeah, the only other one I have is the Fembot that was the
Yeah,
villain to the Bionic Woman.
yeah.
I've got her still in a box just because I bought that in the
That's something. That's
last few
something.
decades as a collector thing
Yeah.
because I thought it was cool, not
You
as a
got
kid.
the six. Did you reacquire the $6 million man, or you still don't have a
I
$6 million
still
man?
have my original $6 million
Oh, there you
man,
go.
but the engine block has disappeared. Maybe it'll turn up one of these days, who knows? But the
Does
last
this
time I
bionic
tried,
does this
you
bionic
roll
eye
up a
still work?
sleeve, and then he had skin that would also roll up, and you could see his little
Yeah.
robot components that you could take out. But now the skin has dried up, like
Oh,
rotted,
jeez.
where
Yep.
it no longer rolls up. And
Oh God. Does this bionic eye still work?
well, all it is a hole in the back of his head that you look through.
Right. Right.
So
And
yeah, it still
it's got a
works,
little
but there's
prismatic thing.
dust and debris. I don't know how you get in there and clean inside his cranium.
Right.
You see
Yeah.
little
Right.
hairs, dust from 50 years of being around. But
Right.
I
But
have
you
him
had him in
around here somewhere. I don't know where.
a box though, so maybe it didn't get too dusty.
I had him in a box, did I? I don't think so.
No, he's displayed.
He's he just displayed, but he used to be right there in the old house.
Stretch
I've
Armstrong.
seen
We
him
had
since
those.
I came here, so I know he's here somewhere. But where I don't really know. I'm used to looking around and knowing exactly kind of where things are, but
Yeah, you
everything's
moved.
still kind of it's kind of surreal when you move to a new place and everything's in different places. And
Oh, you're telling me. I did the same thing a couple years ago, so I
yeah,
kind of understand.
and I'm still organizing and trying to do it, and then I figure I'll do it live on a live stream, and then I wind up with big piles. All I've done is move piles from one place to another.
Just made another pile.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. My brother had the when I was a kid, my brother had the stretch monster as well, and I had the Stretch Armstrong. And I
I
remember
never had any of the stretchy guys. I never got any of those.
that was probably the early '80s.
The stretch monster was really cool looking.
He had like a purple goo in him, and Stretch Armstrong had I think it was like a yellowish color, maybe it was red, I can't remember, but they had different colored goo in the middle of them.
Okay, and there was some stretchy octopus looking thing that had suction cups.
Yeah, he was a monster. He was the monster in the whole thing. And then they came out with them again, I think in the '90s or something. They had smaller versions of them. They reintroduced them or something.
Oh, let's see what people are saying here in the chat. Oh, it says Fire Top Bro.
Yeah, that's my brother. He had the Stretch monster.
Fire Top, great to see you. I had to step out and just got back, says Meyer.
Meyer should come on. He's got some good information too. Paulo's
yeah,
full
Meyer,
of
you want to come on? I'll put the link in the chat. If you're feeling okay, come on. He's on it almost every live stream.
Paulo adds a lot of information to stuff too. He's in Europe and he still adds stuff to even Americana stuff.
Yeah, but the music he likes is very different than my taste. But that's all right. I guess someone has to like that kind of music.
It's still interesting to see what was popular in that over there. That was so interesting to hear him say that Pearl Jam and the Beatles. I understand the Beatles were worldwide, but
I guess this pulls apart. What is the play value of this? I know it looks cool. I got it somewhere. I don't know where, but I guess you pull it apart. I don't. Is it what?
Is it old?
I would guess this is prior to 1970.
I wouldn't.
I guess that's old.
Is it like elastic or something that's holding them together?
It's plastic, although it looks like the plastic's kind of broken there. Let me give myself full screen. It's just a cool looking thing, I don't know why I own it. You go to estate sales and there's some cool looking toy that looks vintage, and you buy it just because it'll look cool on a shelf. But I don't really know how this was played with. I assume that it pulls apart, and that you pull this off and everything apart, and then you put it back together. But I don't want to do that because I just wind up breaking
it. Yeah, you might break it.
Yeah,
for the 1960s or 70s, whatever that thing's from.
Yeah, I just like how it looks.
It's pretty cool looking.
So oh my gosh.
Now
So
I'm full screen.
yeah, so I hold on. I was trying to give us both. Sorry.
I can do this if you want. You want to do full screen. Although I need new bags. I need new comic bags.
Hold on a second. What are you showing something?
Where's Meyer? Meyer needs to come on.
I don't know if he can, but we'll see.
I tell my brother to come on, but he's anti-technology, so he doesn't want to do any kind of video stuff and that. So.
Oh, okay.
He's not anti-technology. He just, I don't know what his whole drawback is with that. But
I think he just got a package from mailed
Kevin?
to him from Gotham City.
Yeah, he gets those from time to time. I bought a bunch. I bought a huge stack of Western comics from him at one point. I got to put them in bags.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember you picking them out live on the show.
Yeah, they're beat to hell, but I don't care. They're so cool. There's like 100 page. There's like 100 page, not 100 page giant, but I think there's one that's 100 page. I couldn't get through it one night. I tried reading it. It took me like 45 minutes, and I'm like, I'm not used to this. I'm used to 90s comics, and you flip through them in like 5 or 10 minutes, and you're done with it. So
yeah. So you read them?
Yeah, I started to. Couldn't get through them in one night. I'm like, I'm getting tired. I got to go to sleep. So I had to put it down. I got like halfway through it. I think it was Jesus, what was it? It's over here.
Yeah, I put up a
movie. Yeah, it might have been a Gene Autry one.
Oh yeah.
Or Roy Rogers. No, it was this Roy Rogers one.
Okay.
52 pages. And the writing on these, look at the writing on some of these pages. Look at.
Yeah, but I wouldn't consider that beat to hell. That's in pretty good shape for its age.
Yeah, I think this one's 49. Yeah, 1949.
Yeah, that's pretty good shape for a 1949 comic book.
You got to keep that in mind. So, but they put so much more into the writing. That's what I liked. I mean, the art was great too, but they need to add more writing to it if they're going to be charging, whatever they're charging nowadays, $4, $5, $6.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Or they have all these full page panels that.
Yeah, that's just
you just read a comic in 2 minutes. It's ridiculous.
It's just artwork. They need more writing. And a lot of times the artwork is garbage. It doesn't compare to whatever they're putting on the cover, like you've stated in previous videos and that. So,
yeah,
just horrible. They want to get people to start buying these again. They gotta add better writers or add more writing. I don't even know if they have to add better. I would assume better writing.
Yeah,
and just have the artwork carry over into the actual comic. I know they don't want to pay because they're going to lose money or whatever their reasoning is behind it,
but it's, to me, it's more, comics can't compete against video games, and any paper books or magazines, comic books don't compete against the video to people today. And even if they could, they're not, comic books aren't distributed where kids are, and kids are not in comic book stores. And
they tried doing the one where you could download them to the computer, but I don't know how well that one's working out.
Well,
I've never done that.
Why would a kid want to just look at a static picture on their computer when you could play a video game and you could see all the
it's moving around,
moving around the same characters?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think
it's a dying industry, dying medium, unfortunately.
Yeah. They smell better too. The art is better, the writing better, they smell better too. Talking about the old comics. And then he says,
that might be mildew. I don't know.
All the art is digital now too. Poor. Yeah.
Yeah, my brother chiming in. So
yeah.
I don't know. I wish there was a way to make it come back at least a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not. I mean, um,
Like you say, where would you put them? The kids could see them, and that, where the kids? It's just their kids are just on their phone like this now, or on the internet.
yeah, that is a
So
problem. Um, yeah, I don't. I just think they're now a relic of another time period that just the way things are. It's like,
just disappearing. Like I said, I was a big DC guy, and their stuff is just garbage now, just horrible. I
yeah,
think I think Marvel is too, but at least Marvel's kind of hanging on to some of their core titles, and that I don't know how they're doing it. Like I said, I haven't read a new Marvel book in years.
well, I think most people seem to think World's Finest is well written, but the people that were buying that have abandoned it because they have heard what a horrible person the writer is in real life, and they don't want to support him and his politics and his
Yeah,
just so
it's give or take,
and
six, one half dozen of the other. Warren, I think Warren Ellis was a really good writer back in the '90s, and I think he did something too, or he was getting canceled. He was in that whole cancel culture shit
yeah,
that was going around a few years ago.
right.
There was something with him, and he was. If Howler Mouse was around right now, he could chime in, but because like I
I
said,
guess.
I bought comics when I got comics given to me by my brother when I was, in the late '70s and early '80s and stuff like that. And then I kind of grew out of them. I was buying like GI Joe when I was like 11 or 12, the GI Joe comics, because I had the toys and everything else. And then it was coming to the point where I'm getting into junior high and that, so you don't really want to be playing with toys and reading comic books when you're that. So I kind of grew out of it. And then in my early 20s, I started buying comics again. But yeah, the facsimile industry is doing better than new comics.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. My wife's saying I can't. She can't call me. The calls are being forwarded. Notification silent. Weird. Um,
So hopefully it's not something I did to the stream.
no, no, no. She's been complaining about this all day. I've got the silent mode off. Um, but is your phone on sleep mode?
Could be.
How do I fix that?
I
Where
don't
I
go
guess
into the settings.
settings, sleep mode. I wouldn't. If it went into sleep mode, it must have been something that happened inside my pocket. Where
Or it can do it. A lot of times they do resets and they do it on their own. And I know YouTube does it to me all the time on my computer. It'll go to the lowest quality video, and it's like, why the hell can I not? Everything's all pixelated, and I got to go. Well, why did it set to like 420 or whatever instead of at least 780 or 10 whatever it is there?
um, what would sleep mode be under on it? Do you have an iPhone?
I do. I've never set my phone to sleep mode.
Yeah,
So I wouldn't even be able to tell you. I think settings. I don't know.
it says cellular roaming on. Yeah.
Somehow my phone today I couldn't connect to my Wi-Fi. So I went up and talked to my wife, and she goes, "Oh yeah, you got to do a hard reset or something." And I'm like, I just turned my phone on and off here and there, but
Maybe this is part of all the conspiracy people are saying that there's going to be all kinds of manipulation of our internet and things.
yeah, a lot of times your phone will just do it to you on its own, and it's like, well, I didn't want this to do this. Now my phone was working fine the way it was.
Yeah, I'm going to ask her, how do I find out if it's on sleep mode?
Is your Bluetooth on? Are you hooked up? Are you connected to your Wi-Fi in your house
Yeah,
through your settings? Then you may have to
yeah,
shut your phone. You may have to turn your phone off and turn it back on or something to reconnect to
yeah,
your wife's phone or something. Yeah, who knows? I love the iPhones, the Apple iPhones, but they're they're being like, I want to monopolize the whole fucking industry too. Excuse my language.
That's all right. I have this long text message from Meyer that I was wanting to read, but
he needs to come on, or is he like is he in some pain or something, or is he doing something with the family?
I don't know.
I was shocked you went for like 5 or 6 hours the other night. I fell asleep watching you, and my brother goes, "Yeah, Dr. Five's house was awesome." He goes, "I go, was he still?"
You watch it on replay?
I didn't. Like I said, I fell asleep watching it, and then I got doing other stuff, and my brother goes, Missing Mars goes, "Yeah, Dr. Five's house was awesome." He goes, "You didn't see that?" I go, "No, I fell asleep, and I think Ratu was still going around midnight." I said, "I woke up and my phone was still on. It looked like he was still doing the same feed."
Yeah, I still think that maybe I dreamed that whole sequence, that was just, but other people saw it too, so it apparently wasn't a dream. No, Dr. Five's house is better than anything I've ever seen, including Forrest J. Ackerman, anything. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
And then that reminded me, I said to my brother, "Yeah, Bone Daddy used to go on too. He had a pretty wild spread going on at his house too."
Bone Daddy's pretty incredible, but the thing about Dr. Fives is Bone Daddy is just everything we love, just splashed
Scattered
everywhere.
Yeah.
Dr. Fives is like if, it's very gentlemanly. It's got, taxiderm, animal heads and stuff, and it's all. It's
I
like
gotta go back.
Museum.
I gotta go back and watch that.
It's unbelievable.
That's what I hear, anyways.
Missing Mars says Five's house is a museum. He should give tours. Yeah. I just put up a show that I filmed before this, and so what I have to do is I have so little memory on my phone. I have to delete Facebook, Instagram, and my Yahoo Mail in order to have enough room on the phone to film a show.
Yeah.
And then the show gets put up, but it has just some whatever they pick as the thumbnail. So now I have to delete the show that I just recorded from my phone so I have enough memory to put my own thumbnail on it. And so
now the videos you shoot, do they get saved on your phone too, or do you just put them to YouTube?
I put them on YouTube, and then if something happened to my YouTube channel, they're just gone. But I was recording them off of YouTube or onto DVD-R, but you can also, when you got this pay YouTube channel, when you pay for it and have no commercials, you can download, and that's what the Crypt Keeper of Castle Hills in San Antonio was doing. He was downloading his shows after he put them on YouTube, so he has all his shows even though he was kicked off of YouTube. But
now if you delete those from your phone, the videos you shoot, they're still through YouTube. They're already saved through YouTube, right?
They're on YouTube. Yeah. But what happened is the show gets put up on YouTube. Like the thumbnail is just me eating a cheeseburger. So now I've got to go in to YouTube Studio and find a picture I saved that I can put on as the
change that.
For some reason, I've gained 2 subscribers, and since in just the last hour, I don't know how that happened, because the live stream,
wonderful.
It's been mostly me just ignoring the camera.
That's wonderful. What are you up to? 700, 800, 1,000? You had 1,000 yet, or no? Close.
Well, I'm at 707.
Oh, there you go.
I already had a copyright problem today. What did I do?
You said Elvira, maybe.
Oh no, that wasn't today. That was on the show I did earlier, because I was out on the porch eating a hamburger, and Devil with a Blue Dress On was on the TV in the other room, and it heard it, and so it says it doesn't affect your channel. This is not a copyright strike. It says no impact, and then you click on it, and they say you can mute that segment, and where it'll just be silent when that song's playing, or you can trim it out, or you can dispute it. It just means I could never if I ever got to 1,000 subscribers, I could never monetize. I could never make money off of that particular video.
What's a copyright strike do to you? Anything?
Well, a strike is more serious, and that means that you get like 2 or 3. I think 3. They could take your channel down.
Oh, really?
But I don't know what the difference is. How you get a copyright strike might be like if you put up some new Disney movie or something. I don't know. Maybe no. I think that would be more serious. I don't know how you get one, honestly.
So what did you get? An infringement? A copyright?
No, it's just a copyright claim. It just means
claim.
that,
Okay.
and it says this song has copyright, but the owner doesn't mind it being on YouTube, so it won't mess you up, but you're just never going to be able to make money with it.
Yeah,
is what it kind of means. So I've got to find a good picture here among all the photos on my phone that I can put up.
To thumbnail it.
A thumbnail, that's what you call it. Yeah.
Very good.
So,
all right, I'll let you continue on. I don't really have anything. Like
all right. Well, cool. Well, come back anytime. It's
I
like
will.
your yearly visit.
Once a year, right?
Yeah, but you can come on anytime and show comics. That would be a lot of fun.
I don't know if I have anything anybody would be interested in.
People show comics from the time period you were showing, and people are interested because not everybody has every single comic ever put out.
Yeah, like I said, you do a video. You should maybe crack out some of those toys. I'd love to see that $6 million man. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, let me find that. I was thinking.
I'm not saying right now. I'm just saying a future one or something. Or if you got a Johnny West or something kicking around there. Or
well, I found this feather dust brush, and I was thinking of bringing some toys out and dusting them and showing close-ups and then putting them back. As some that was actually something I was kind of wanting to do here. But now my wife's contacting me, so I don't know. I might have to end the stream anyway now that she's awake.
There you go. But and I'd like to see the Batman room again too. That'd be cool. It's been a while. On that. All right, man. All right. I'll let you go.
All right. Take care.
Later.
Have a good day.
Yep.
Apex is repeating the song. Oh my gosh. This is such a pain. Hold on a second. Oh. Hey, I don't know why my phone's not ringing. That's weird. Okay, well, you want me to bring it up and have you fix it? Are you up for today? Okay, well, I was doing a live stream just hanging out with people, but I can end it. I'm up and hang out with you. Well, I may actually end this live stream and do the dusting of those Batmobiles in another stream or another actual show. So my wife is. I think I may just go watch stuff with my wife. Let's see here. I'm trying to get a good thumbnail on this video though first. What is going on? Well, it's been a successful day in that we got the Elvira machine working, and that's good. See, I've got 31.8 gigabytes of 32 gigabytes used, so that's causing problems. But I deleted that video, so it should let me do this now. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's driving me crazy. So, what are you guys doing? Apex says, good to see you, Grotu. Good to see you, except I don't see you. But it's nice to read the words that you punched into the computer. Gotham says, hello again, everyone. Did you see that? I took the styrofoam heads out of the from under those masks, and one of them, the styrofoam had turned glossy, smooth. Apex says, hey, at Gotham City Comics. Okay, I got to recharge this phone. While this phone's charging, I'm going to try to make a stab at getting this beat time working. Goes in.
Hey, let's party. Party over.
Okay, man. What? This phone's not even charging. Hey, Kevin. You guys think it would be interesting if I got my wife involved in these videos and like had her and asking questions, like a straight man to the comic book nonsense that then me explaining to her about, what these artists, who these artists are and things, maybe that would be intriguing to some people. What do you think of that idea? Um, I think it could be a really interesting dynamic. Um, okay. I'm going to make another stab at this, man. I'm going to try deleting the YouTube app and the YouTube Studio app and putting them back on, and maybe that'll bring some memory back. Fartuck says Adam Ant on Comic Nerds channel now. Cool. This is gonna be a cool new discovery. Okay, now I go to the App Store and put them back on. It's almost 4. That means we can eat dinner at 5. YouTube Studio. Okay. Yes, indeed. I probably need to do these live streams upstairs or bring the comics down here because I haven't shown any comics, and you guys are all comic book nerds that want to see comic books. I don't have any to show you. So, but here's a nail. Look at this nail. It's a vintage nail from the 60s. Welcome to YouTube Studio. Get started. Just sign in. Okay, I remembered me. Come on. Oh, it should have enough memory now. Okay, there's a good thumbnail. How about that? That should get people's attention. All right, so I'm going to end this stream here in a second. Wouldn't it be great to have a barbecue with all the channel subscribers with Gratu and Horror Mike? Yeah, come on down, man. Squarehead nails are a true fine. We nail aficionados rejoice. Yeah, we could have one this summer. Just come get here, and you know, and we could, you know, I don't have a barbecue grill because we didn't bring it. Yeah, we didn't bring the barbecue grill. There's a lot of things we left behind because we just didn't have room to bring them here. So I guess have to get another one. Okay. So we have a thumbnail now. Let's see what it looks like. Officially, that episode is going to be exist in the continuity of the Gratu Orloff show before this show. So you really shouldn't be watching this show until you watch the other show if you want to see everything in order, because in the other show the Elvira machine's not working, and now it is. So it's important that you go watch the other show and then watch the rest of the beginning of this show. Oh, this is a good band to look up. Measured Chops. That's actually a band I found about for my wife. They're a Russian band, but they're very much in the Cramps vein, surf monster kind of stuff. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, so this is the show that you need to watch. Key issues uncovered at the Hotel Orloff, number 939. It has 15 views, which means people weren't watching this live stream. They were watching this show instead. And so I will save that to my playlist, keep a playlist that have all my shows in order from the first episode. You can see that on my channel. And then I'll put this broadcast after that. So I'm in Texas. It says Apex. Well, it's an 11-hour drive. It'd be a little faster by plane, I think. Throw a shrimp on the Barbie, says Werewolf by lunchtime. Hail Werewolf by lunchtime, says Apex. Yeah. That's what we got to do. I need to do a live stream. Let me see if I can talk my wife if she's in a good mood, which she isn't now, into doing a live stream later. I'll bring some comics down here, and maybe tonight we'll have a Saturday night live stream after we eat. We'll see. It's possible. It could happen. Put lots of comments down below this video that encourage her, you know. So whatever. So with no further ado, we're gonna sign off, and we will regroup at another moment of my choosing. Okay. Meyer Greenblatt says, okay, I'm back on again. Sorry that I missed most of this. It's okay. You can watch the stream later, but there's another show that just got up. Watch that one, then watch this live stream if you want to. This really, the shows today are very inconsequential. The Can show in this live stream, I mean, it's cool. It's watching me fix a machine. It was cool that we had some cool guests, but that's not anything. These are run fillers. These are not key episodes. You know, these are not episodes that you're not going to miss anything. Saturday Night Comics with Gratu Orloff. That could be, that's actually a good idea, Apex. See you later, says Meyer. Yeah. Yeah. See you, Meyer. Call me if you want, Meyer. If you want, you're probably tired. Because I just wanted to tell you something about what the text message you sent me. Anyway, take care. I will see you guys on the other side of the river, ladies and gentlemen. The other side of the river Styx.